Last time we wrote a poem.
And maybe that cute girl at school is gonna like it, or maybe she's gonna embarrass us in front of the whole damn school.
Maybe she's gonna chain us up and like touch us in places.
Okay, wow, someone just took that sideways.
I didn't know. That's what our poem was all about.
It was a pretty...
Guys, it's you! Didn't run away on us! Why are you taking my laugh? Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is hanging out. Go look at your promise, Kiwi. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
Oh, come on. Like, he deserves any slack. Sarah, you told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. Poser bitch. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take this seriously, then you won't see the end of it. For someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room.
Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying moo moo and mangu.
Manga is literature.
Swiftly defeated, Nimsu plops back into her seat.
Don't worry, guys. Kiwi always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room.
How dependable. Sayori! That's because your room is messy. It's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once.
Is that so? Yeah.
You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous.
How come? You and Kiwi can become good friends too.
Serum! As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into.
Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know.
Right, me? Oh, no, you're not really.
Don't be shy.
It's really nothing. Oh. What is it? No. Shurimu made a big deal. It's really not. She actually looks like she has big knockers right here.
I know, it's very inconsistent.
Well, I think her hair is normally in the way, and now she's like doing that cute thing with her hair.
I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I'm a bit of a ditz.
I guess that means it's up to me to rescue. Oh, I guess it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise.
Ooh, smooth.
It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I don't make a big deal if you don't want to be. Alright. Well, yeah. Here he reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out. So I picked up a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's sort of read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you want. This is. How's this girl accidentally being so cute? She even has a deep voice. She even picked up the book she thinks I like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically. Yeah, fine. Take the book. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Amano to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori said Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Nimsu is rummaging around the closet. I really don't know why we had that pan. I'm really curious to talk about Yuri a little more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from the reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. Oh! So this is based off of our poem. Because I was watching the beginning of this game's LP, on Game Grumps, and I stopped because we were going to play it. And on theirs, they went to the closet with Nimsu and started talking to her because they had more on her on the poem.
Right.
So that's cool. Looks like the same books that she lent me. More than that, she seems to be on her first few pages.
Music changed.
Oh. Is that scary music now?
No.
Crap.
No.
I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks around and glances at me. Our eyes meet a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry.
That was you.
I was just spacing out.
That was you.
Oh, I was just spacing out. I don't know what you were saying. I thought you said it's okay, and I was like, I'm reading the thing that attached it. I thought this sensing her made her uncomfortable. It's fine. I was focused, then I probably would have noticed it in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book that you gave me, right? Right? Fuck, I gotta even look at names. Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not any particular reason. Just curious how you came to copies of the same book. Well, I mean, I started the bookstore yesterday. That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them on accident. I see. There's something fairly obvious about that Yemyo isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? It says Dracula 10,000. What's it about anyways? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over by the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front of the cover. Alright. I just want to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long young sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. Yeah, that sounds relatable. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? And not relatable in one sense.
Nope.
Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so the dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden.
Oh, God.
Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Karwai? No, it's not that.
It's just I think you're a serial killer.
I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kind of stories, so don't worry. But are you a human experiment? I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange, new perspective.
I'm gonna hate you.
Natasha's threatening me, everyone, with horrible things that happen just because someone wants to be evil. But because they have their own goals and their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you have related to protagonist, they're made out to be naive for one letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I?
Little.
Not again. Not again! I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. Puts the knife away. I feel like I should know that I have this problem.
My tits are huge. It's terrible, really.
When I let things like boobs and books writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So, I'm sorry if I ended up saying, it's like lightly a sociopath. You know,
A little, just a little.
A reading sociopath.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't care about you as long as I get to read.
Mm-hmm.
So sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. Or stab too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. You're passionate about. Least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Well, that's true. In fact, might as well get started reading at night. You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieve the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine. If I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Oh, alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
I hate that.
So sorry. I was just, Yuri, you're really apologizing a lot, don't you? I do. This is a Heavy Jessaroo one.
I know.
I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean, it was me the whole time. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the pages. Here. Yuri takes her left arm. I didn't think they would have like little custom pictures.
Right?
That's a really nice picture of her, though.
Mm-hmm.
How her hair looks. It's very pretty.
Super pretty.
Her thumb and forefinger. Ah! I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. The way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after, it flips it to her side. But, in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Alright. Eh? To turn the page. Ah, sorry. I think I got a little distracted for a second. Oh, right, because it's Japanese. I was kind of confused for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. Oh, she got her little smile.
I know.
It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it off my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her slide as she catches it under her thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be the silly, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all the things she says, and that says, like, she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see it into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. You remain silent for a moment. Bakawa! That's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. It's so embarrassing that you think that. What way? I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't mean you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess it more meant that it's kind of. I guess I meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? everyone! I think it's about time we shared today's poems with each other. Where's Natasha? We might not have enough time if we don't wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. Oh, it's not. It's fine. Yimyu releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll just do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's a good reason.
Good raisins.
I was going to say that. Then I didn't, and then you did it anyway. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters on your own time. All right. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then I slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. Oh, man. Yeah, it keeps like shutting its eyelashes. And like, I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you just find someone to share with?
I can't wait.
Oh, there you are!
It's me.
How about you talk next time?
Fine.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe.
Bye.
Shut up, Yuri.
Bye.
No.